Hey, what's going on, you lovely people? Happy fucking New Year's. It's your boy Roliver Queen. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing good. And as always, if this is your first time on the channel, please be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and hit on your notifications. Let's not waste any more time and let's jump right in. So, right at the end of 2023 or maybe early 2024, there was an article from Bleeding Cool where I was talking about why we have not gotten an Aquaman comic book yet. But literally, long story short, it's shit that we knew already. Nothing that was too surprising, at least in my opinion. But I still felt that it was worth talking about. Now, you'll see the thumbnail and you'll see the little thing on the bottom here that says, no Aquaman comic book is a good thing. And I do believe that. I do remember back when I got into comics 2016, there was an Aquaman book. It went through a couple editorial changes, and then we hit 2022, 2023. There was those two lead-up comic books. I think it was a Black Manta one, then it was the Jackson Hyde book, and that all led up to the Aquaman comic book, which didn't last long. So my stance is always this: if there is no Aquaman comic book, or if there is no comic book of a character that we may want or you may want in particular, I think that's a good thing, especially in this day and age. I would rather there be no comic book and maybe DC or whoever is waiting for the right pitch so they can eventually bring that comic book to us, versus us just having a comic book that's out there just for the sake of being out. I don't know how many times I could say this, and maybe this is a first time hearing it for whoever's watching. Not every single character has Bat privilege. Not every single character has Superman privilege. Not every single character has Wonder Woman privilege. What do I mean by that? You can put out a bullshit Wonder Woman comic book and it'll be fine. They will always relaunch. You could put out a bullshit Superman comic book. It will always be fine. They can relaunch. You can damn sure put out a bullshit Batman comic book and it'll be fine. They can just relaunch or get somebody new on the book. Not everybody has that luxury. Aquaman, unfortunately, despite the fact that its first movie made a killing, it doesn't have that luxury. Green Arrow, as much as I love Green Arrow, does not have that luxury. There are certain characters where you have to be very, very, very intentional in the book that you're putting out. And we're seeing it now with Dawn and DC. There's a lot of these books that are out right now. They are very intentional. There is a purpose behind them. They are trying to tell a story. We got Power Girl, which is one of them. Green Arrow is another one of them. We just had Steel, and I can name a couple others. Cyborg, for example. These are very intentional books that are out. There is a A, B, C plot that they're trying to get across, and that's why we currently have them out. If it's 2024 or even going into 2025 and there's no Aquaman comic book, that means somebody is taking their time, because again, the last batch of Aquaman books have not been good. So I think they're waiting for the right pitch. Or maybe right now, the dawn of DC landscape does not call for Aquaman book, which brings to my next point. We are not entitled to have books for these characters or for certain characters. We're not entitled to it. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. DC is in the right to be like, you know what, let's hold off on the Aquaman book until it makes sense. Just because you want a book doesn't mean a book has to come out. And I say this again as a Green Arrow fan. Look at how long we had to wait for a fucking Green Arrow book since the last ongoing run ended. It was a while. And now we're seeing the book out right now. It's very intentional. It has a point. If we gotta wait longer for Aquaman book, good, because I know when it comes out, it's gonna be good. It's gonna have an intention behind it. And I know there was a little bit of a tease with the Lazarus Planet stuff earlier in 2023. Now, is that still on the board? Is that gonna be the premise for the new book? I don't know. Whether it is or not, I feel confident in saying that when we get Aquaman back, it's gonna make sense. It's gonna last way longer than the last Aquaman book, and I think people will be happy. But let me know down below in the comments. Am I tripping? Am I being too harsh? Should there be an Aquaman book out right now in this very instance, even though it may or may not make sense to have it out, or it may or may not make sense to the greater narrative of DC? Let me know down below in the comments, and I miss chatting with all you guys, so please go crazy in the comments. I will make sure to reply to every single one of you guys. All right, Much love, much peace. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe button. It's your boy Roliver Queen, and I'm out.